Social media. We all know about it. We all heard about it. We're all probably on it. And boys, that's what we're going to be talking about today. Because honestly, man, it's been around 10 years now since I did my own personal Instagram, social media page, promoting my band back in the day is what I was doing. Or just using it to connect with people, man. And there's definitely its upsides and downsides to it. And that's what we're going to talk about today, man. Because over the past 10 years, I've really noticed the difference in how people behave. And I think it has to do with social media. From being on the outside looking in, because I noticed, man, there's a lot of talking points, right? Like regurgitated sentences that come out of people that probably spend most of their time on social media. You start hearing these catchphrases almost, like these little slogans they start throwing out everywhere. It changes with the times. It almost changes every day because there's always something new going on. And it depends on who you're talking to, obviously. But I definitely noticed there's this collective consciousness, and it's almost bro, I feel like the downside, one of the biggest downsides of social media is I feel like it's an outlet for people to gain permission to think a certain way, if that makes sense. It's almost like they need to see some other people have an opinion on a thing for them to feel okay about having the same opinion. Does that make sense? For instance, I've even noticed with homies, my boys, if I go hang out with them, sometimes we're hanging out, it's a good time, but sometimes they'll throw on, if we're just chilling, they'll throw on some stream. Let's say it's Asmongold. And it's bro, why are we watching this? Why aren't we just talking together? And I don't know, man. I sometimes feel it's people need their opinions from these other influencers, because I guess you have a higher respectability depending on your following nowadays or something, I suppose. Which I get it, but I do find it kind of a shame. But like I said, boys, it's been 10 years, and I'll tell you the instance or the moment that I realized I needed to get off of it. Because back in the day, it was mainly just Facebook, Instagram. That was the kind of mid 2010s. I mainly used it from 2010 to 2015. January 1st, 2015 was the last thing I ever posted on social media. And I don't think this is a big deal. I just want to talk about it. I'm not saying that any holier than thou. It's just things I've noticed and things I've gone through my thought process of it. If you enjoy social media, get at it. Honestly, there's so many benefits of using it, especially if you want to sell products or have a business, gain a following, anything, man. I'm not saying that's wrong in any way. It's just my perspective and what made me change. And so, at the end of 2014, I realized, man, that I was reading statuses, and it hit me one day where I was just I'd read statuses. I'm bro, why am I reading statuses from Jenny and Michael? Bro, I'm never gonna remember these. And why am I scrolling through photos, man, just to double click it? It's I'm never gonna fully remember these. It's not a big impact on my life, man. Do I want to I don't know, if I'm on my deathbed and my life is passing me by, right? You're just seeing all your memories go through. I'm bro, I don't want my memories to be scrolling Facebook, dude. I'm good. So it hit me, and I started picking up books. I was bro, I'd rather read books. And that was a good habit for the longest time. Lately, I've been kind of bad about reading books. I haven't been reading too much. It's been a couple months since I last picked up a book, or maybe it's been a month. I was reading this Gnostic book, and that's a topic for a different day. But I just had an epiphany, man, where I was bro, I feel like I'm just consuming other people's lives with my life energy. If that makes sense. I could probably word that better, but maybe you get the gist. Where I'm bro, I don't want to be reading this stuff. And I realized, man, that a big thing, and I find it to be a big good thing, is if you're not caught up with your acquaintances or friends every single day by seeing what they post and whatnot, there's actually a lot to talk about when you do reconnect with them in person. Because you don't know everything they've been up to in the past week or two, So there's a lot of conversation to have. They don't know anything that you've been up to because you haven't been posting it. So I just found there was a lot of real, genuine conversation to be had when you kind of just step away, live your life, and then when you reconnect with someone, you kind of, I don't know, catch up and whatnot, if that makes sense. And, dude, and I do find there was a lot of benefits of just the way I think I've kind of grown up, the way I look at things. Maybe isn't the most popular, point of views. I feel like I've kind of come into a consciousness of questioning everything, for better or for worse. But I don't feel like I'm I'm so out of the loop with trends, and that's making me feel older, man. I don't get new lingo nowadays. I don't understand the new memes. Granted, I don't really see them, But if I like am talking to my younger brother or whatnot, maybe he'll bring up something. I'm like, bro, I've never even heard of that. What does that mean? But the downside of not using social media, man, and this hit me not that long ago when I was thinking about it. It's like the downside of social media, maybe this is dark, but it's like, bro, no one's going to know if you pass if you don't use social media, especially if like you live alone. Like maybe eventually someone will know. They'll be like, well, he hasn't picked up his phone in weeks, so we should maybe go check in on him. Or he's just doing the classic thing and being an introvert or something. But it's like, bro, I don't think anyone's going to necessarily know like if you pass away or whatnot. Which, I don't know, maybe that's a little dramatic, but I do find that to be kind of true in a sense. Especially because lately I've noticed, because I have been peeking my head in again after I've kind of crossed my mind. I was like, oh, I need to, let me see what's up. And man, it's hard. Like, it's hard to, after you break the curse of scrolling, like, it's like, bro, I can't be bothered to ever do this again. And it's honestly better in a way. I feel like my attention span's pretty good in the sense of if I were to watch a movie, I feel like I download and digest movies. Granted, this could just be with age, where I'm actually like paying attention to every single detail and whatnot, like the dialogue and all the choices of the videography and whatnot. But it's like I don't have that quick dopamine that I need from like some, let's say if you're addicted to like shorts or reels or TikToks and whatnot, which is fine if you are. I've just definitely noticed a difference with how I guess I behave with my peers that are more into that, and I just happen to not be. But yeah, man, like I think social media definitely has its benefits, and honestly, I think the only reason to be on social media is, I don't know, maybe if you find enjoyment in just like sharing your day-to-day life, maybe have a little time capsule of your life if you're like posting photos or videos or whatnot, or ideas or thoughts. I could see like there being a benefit of having like a little time capsule on the internet for you. But I think the biggest thing is, and I think most people are doing this probably, if not, it seems like it, right? Just because there's so many ads and whatnot, is you can make a lot of money online. And I think that's the kind of the carrot on the stick for people, right? It's like some people, you know, there's that illusion that this person just blew up overnight, right? Because they were just posting on Instagram and eventually just went viral, and that does happen. It does happen. Some people shoot for the stars or, you know, get lucky, catch lightning in a bottle. And that definitely does happen, but I feel like it's almost like a manipulation tactic that this can happen to anyone, so keep doing it. You know, it could be you next. And I feel like people are just grinding that out, potentially. Or, like I said, I do feel like there's some people that just kind of view it as like a time capsule, kind of be connected to friends and family and whatnot. Especially back in the day. Back in the day, like Facebook and Instagram, I suppose. Because I guess you could make money, but it was a new concept. Money nowadays, it's like, bro, if you're on TikTok and you're not making TikToks, you should probably be making TikToks because you can make bank. But that's a different story for a different day. But thanks for listening to me rant, boys. Make sure to do something for yourself today. Make sure to do something for someone else today. Regardless, we got this. Take care.